This morning on DC News Now, it is a cold start out there. Here's a view of those wind chills starting off into low to mid 20s for much of the area. So yes, we're tracking the cold air, the breeze, and then the wind chills. But at least we're tracking those clear conditions, and we'll see the mainly sun-filled skies out there today. I have all these details coming up.
Also coming up this morning, one teen is dead, another in the hospital right now after a crash yesterday in Prince George's County. What we know about the victims.
Was charged with murder, the latest in the case involving a D.C. police sergeant who shot and killed a man 2 years ago.
And some will rally as the Senate plans to take up the D.C. criminal code, where rallygoers say their message is for Congress, what they're demanding for Congress, and the details of that rally coming up.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside. Winter has returned. It is cold out there, Jackie, but how long is it going to last?
Well, it looks like through the day today that wind will still be sticking around, but at least those temperatures will be climbing back upper 40s to low 50s later on this afternoon, which again is yet another seasonable day. But we are approaching sunrise this morning, but that wind, we can certainly notice it in the American flags there on top of the Capitol building, that those winds are continuing to pick up. We're seeing sustained winds right now, those between 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusts, those are nearing 30 miles per hour still in the district, and even over 30 miles per hour in Lexington Park. So later on today, we'll likely see those wind gusts varying between 25 to 30 miles per hour. But that wind chill out there this morning, dress for these temperatures. It feels like we're right around 20 in Hagerstown, 25 in Frederick and DC. Even Fredericksburg is what it feels like right now. 26 in Culpeper, 18. That's what it feels like in Cumberland. Satellite and radar is showing us that we're seeing some clear skies out there, and we'll continue to notice those mainly clear skies through our Wednesday. Those temperatures climbing low 40s as early as 11 a.m. By 3 p.m. we're looking at those temperatures right around 50 degrees. But again, still breezy out there today, less wind tomorrow. And we're watching a system for Friday. Of all latest details and the timing coming up. Shanika's here with the important traffic update. How are those roadways right now?
Well, a couple of issues here, starting with VW Parkway. Heading southbound right near 198, you're going to find a crash. That's in Laurel. Let's flip over to the maps. So heading south, and once you get toward Powder Mill Road, you should start to see some delays build. DC 295, you're also seeing some red there. Top side, lower side, you're looking good, and you're all pretty much good and green and clear. Now, over to 66, we had two issues there. We had a work zone heading east right near 234, heading westbound right between the Beltway, right after the Beltway, actually. We have this one crash causing some issues, and those are on the express lanes.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Your time right now is 6:02, and your know-and-go headlines this morning. A D.C. police officer has been charged with murder and civil rights violations.
That's right. That is after a shooting in August of 2021 that left Antoine Gilmore dead. Sergeant Innes Jeverick pleaded not guilty to those charges yesterday.
Alex Wars has more details coming up.
That is right, and the Senate is set to strike down the D.C. criminal code reform bill in a vote today. The president has signaled that he will not veto the Senate's decision. The vote today comes even after D.C. Council Chair Phil Mendelson withdrew it earlier this week. And here in the district, about 20 organizations are rallying downtown today. The rally, Rise Up, Hands Off DC, is calling on Congress to stay away from decisions about the district. That is expected to start at 11 o'clock this morning. Our Tosin Fakile has more from organizers coming up in just a few minutes. And 2 U.S. citizens back on American soil after being involved in a shootout with members of a Mexican drug cartel. And then they were held for several days. The bodies of the 2 people involved in the same attack have been recovered. The White House is urging travelers to keep an eye on government travel advisories.
Our time right now is 6:03 in this Wednesday morning. Developing now, we're learning more about 2 teenagers who were involved in a deadly Prince George's County crash. It happened around 9 o'clock yesterday morning at Ritchie Marlboro and Dunsmore Terrace Roads in Upper Marlboro. Now, officials say both students were seniors at Dr. Henry A. Wise Jr. High School. And according to police, they were on their way to school when their car hit a landscape truck parked on the side of the road, killing the passenger. That accident that was impacting many people in the community. One grandmother says she is now worried about her granddaughter getting behind the wheel.
It's something that we really need to rethink, because, I mean, once they get from you can be doing anything, you know. I don't know how that accident occurred, but the way the cars look and everything, it's really a tragedy.
And this is a second student from Dr. Henry A. Wise Jr. High School, a senior in fact, to die within the past week. Authorities say the driver is recovering in the hospital. And Connecticut Avenue is likely going to see some new changes after a car crash killed a man outside the National Zoo last month.
That is right. A Ward 3 council member is leading the effort to slow drivers down, and he is asking for immediate changes. That council member says Connecticut Avenue has been a priority for the district for several years, but that crash is amplifying the calls for safety. Council member Matt Furman sent a letter to DDOT asking the agency to implement traffic calming measures immediately, including the elimination of rush hour parking restrictions. He also says previous efforts to reduce speed have not helped.
You make a road thinner and the traffic slows down. Having parking on the side of the street is, in effect, a road diet. We lowered the speed limit here. We eliminated the reversible lanes. We still had the crash, so let's try something different.
Furman would also like to see speed and red light cameras. DDOT is currently working on a safety plan for Connecticut Avenue. All right, your time right now is coming up on 6:05 this morning in the district. A D.C. police sergeant is charged with second-degree murder and civil rights violations more than a year and a half after a shooting happened in Northeast. That shooting left a man dead, and prosecutors say Sergeant Enes Jevrick was the person who pulled the trigger. Our Lex Warris is live this morning outside of D.C. Police headquarters. And Lex, that sergeant is now on paid administrative leave.
Well, that's right. He pleaded not guilty in court just yesterday, and we do have a copy of the body cam footage. We're going to show it to you here. Just a warning to some viewers, the sound of gunshots might be triggering to some. Yeah, well, that shooting happened August 25th, just before 3 in the morning at the intersection of Florida and New York Avenue Northeast. Officers were told there was an unconscious person in the car, and when they got there, they found Antoine Gilmore asleep in the driver's seat with his foot on the brake. They said that they saw a handgun in his waistband, and just after officers tapped on the window, you can hear in that video Sergeant Jevrick fire 4 shots. Now, we spoke with Devon Jacobs, who's a former police officer and national civil rights attorney. He says this is a pretty cut and dry case of excessive force, and he says that startling someone you know has a gun can create a deadly situation.
You can't, haphazardly approach the situation, create a danger, and then basically kill someone because you created a danger.
Well, a statement from the D.C. Police Department says, quote, "We are confident that the subsequent criminal proceedings will be deliberated fairly, and we do recognize this is a difficult matter for everyone involved." Now, as far as what happened in court yesterday, Sergeant Jevrick was released from jail. He is released on conditional release. Live in Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, D.C. News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. Your time right now is 6:07. Happening today, the U.S. Senate is expected to vote to overturn the revised version of D.C.'s criminal code. Now, this vote comes after D.C. Council Chair Phil Middleton withdrew it earlier this week. Mayor Bowser and Police Chief Robert Conti have both previously voiced opposition to the code. But legal experts say regardless, an overhaul of the current criminal code is needed.
I hope we're going to get not only a better bill, a more balanced bill going forward, but I hope that in the process, people will be giving more serious thought to how we reduce crime in the district.
And in an unexpected move, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told reporters he will vote with Republicans to overturn the revised code. His remarks come as support from Democrats increase since President Biden said he would not veto the GOP's decision on the bill.
All right, well, today protesters will rally in the district calling for Congress to be hands-off on D.C. laws.
Yeah, this comes after a lot of back and forth about the D.C. criminal code that some leaders just do not support. D.C. News Now's Tosin Fakile is live at the Capitol this morning in Tosin. In about a few hours here, people are expected to rally right outside.
That's absolutely correct, Corey. And their message to Congress, they tell me, is simple: hands off and back off D.C. One of the speakers that will speak today at that rally says their action is sparked because of all that debate about the D.C. criminal code and the president showing support for the Republican decision on the matter. But they say it's even more important they speak up now to prevent what they say is Congress meddling with the district. Now, 2 days ago, D.C. Council withdrew the criminal code bill from congressional consideration, but the House already passed a disapproval resolution last month in February. Now, efforts to overturn the criminal code bill has mostly been about reducing crime penalties, including for carjacking. Now, I spoke to Reverend Wendy Hamilton, who will be speaking at the rally today, and she says she personally feels the criminal code bill is common sense and it's something that was thoroughly worked on. And Hamilton, along with rally goers, say they are demanding Congress back off D.C. and let the officials, the people in the city elected, do what the people elected them to do for the people of D.C.
Congress has no right to come in and try to overturn or to override what our local officials, who DC residents elected to represent them, have settled as law. That's not their role. As far as the criminal code is concerned, they have so misaligned and misinformed people about what was actually in the code that it has muddied the waters around what it is ultimately that was set forward in the bills.
Now, Hamilton went on to tell me what Congress could help with is what she says the root cause of what's driving crime up in D.C., which she says are things like poverty and lack of a living wage. Now, that rally is expected to begin at about 11 o'clock today. They tell me it'll take place by Columbus Square in front of Union Station, and they plan to march over here to the Capitol as a vote by the Senate is expected today, which Tanaya and Corey, we believe will not turn out any different than what the House did. We're live at the Capitol. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, we'll have to see what happens. Tosin, thank you. Your time right now is 6:11. Crews are cleaning up after that massive tanker explosion in Frederick, Maryland.
That is right. Some neighbors are worried and want to know if there is environmental impacts from that fuel. In a statement released by the Maryland Department of the Environment, the leaked product was contained. Workers flushed the storm drain system to remove any of the remaining product. They also expect they will need to clean up the soil at the site of the accident. People there are taking notice.
I did watch some cleanup over here the other night. I just went around back and I saw the big backhoe or the bulldozer pulling something up, and I watched it drip.
Officials say they plan to do more testing and replace the soil that may be contaminated.